Hey everyone, Taylor here. This video is not for the faint of heart. User discretion is advised because of the images portrayed in this video. With that being said, I want to talk about SCPs. The SCP Foundation has a simple meaning to its name: secure, contain, and protect. They track down and capture odd and vicious anomalies in order to keep mankind in a safe and sane world. A lot of these unusual anomalies end up in random facilities all around the world. I hope there's no containment breach, but if there is, keep a lookout for these 10 scariest SCPs. Number 1. SCP-173. Object Class: Euclid. SCP-173 origins are still unknown to this day. SCP-173 must be locked in containment at all times. When personnel enter containment of SCP-173, there must be at least 3 people. 2 of the personnel are to watch SCP-173, while the third cleans the reddish-brown sludge surrounding SCP-173. The containment area has to be cleaned at least twice a month. SCP-173 cannot move in the line of sight of other living beings. Breaking eye contact will cause SCP-173 to be able to move, strangulate, and break a person's neck. It is very deadly if you break this one rule. In the event of a containment breach, faculty issues a Class 4 hazardous object containment procedures. Sounds like this has happened before. Number 2. SCP-106. Object Class: Keter. Physical interaction with SCP-106 is not allowed at any time. Usually looking like an elderly, rotting man, SCP-106 can change its appearance, but still shows a rotting quality in all forms. Most notable as not being agile, SCP-106 will wait for its victims for days, motionless. SCP-106 will try damaging major organs, tendons, or muscle groups physically just to incapacitate its victim, pulling them into its pocket dimension. It prefers human flesh between the ages of 10 to 25. SCP-106 has a corrosive effect on solid matter surrounding it. Special containment of SCP-106 has been revised twice, and the current procedures of SCP-106 has 2 containment areas, and it must be sealed in a container made out of lead-lined steel. The containment area must then be layered with the same steel 40 times before being suspended by ELOIID electromagnetic supports. The second containment area is 16 spherical cells filled with various fluids. Light systems are to be fitted and able to flood the second containment area with 80,000 lumens instantly and by remote control. Both containment areas are to remain under 24-hour surveillance. SCP-106 has been noted to have a containment breach 5 times before. Number 3. SCP-096. Object Class: Euclid. SCP-096 is a humanoid creature about 2.38 meters tall and shows little muscle mass. Its arms are longer than any other part of its body. SCP-096 can open its jaw 4 times more than the normal human being. SCP-096 normally exhibits docile behavior, and it is only provoked by a person looking at its face, whether it be directly, through video, or photos. Upon seeing its face, SCP-096 will find the individual and kill them. It is also noted that the barrier methods have not stopped SCP-096. SCP-096 should remain in its airtight steel cube at all times. Containment breach of SCP-096 is highly likely. Number 4. SCP-902. Object Class: Keter. SCP-902 has been placed in an Arctic base and is to be the only SCP there. There has to be at least 50 security personnel there at all times. SCP-902 is a small metal box about the size of a human head, looking like an ammunition box that is made completely of lead. SCP-902 is said that it emits a ticking sound by anyone near it. It is also said that when SCP-902 is open, it appears to be empty. All faculty members who were exposed to SCP-902 will continuously open and close the metal box, expecting to find the source of the ticking. This SCP is considered highly dangerous and needs to be destroyed once the counting has stopped. In the case of a containment breach, the Arctic base contains an on-site hydrogen bomb and will be remotely detonated. Number 5. SCP-610. Object Class: Keter. Through undisclosed channels, it is said that SCP-610 came from the Russian government. SCP-160 is best described as an infectious disease that could spread on contact. Exposing organic compounds will also spread SCP-610. SCP-610 has the abilities to mutate and disfigure humans while providing an abnormal growth over everything in its immediate surroundings. Any organism infected with SCP-610 is incinerated and terminated immediately. Preventative measures have been put in place to lower the possibility of civilians walking into affected areas. Despite this, there is no containment possible for SCP-610. Number 6. SCP-1471. Object Class: Euclid. SCP-1471 is a free mobile application known as Mallow version 1.0.0. There is no known listed developer for SCP-1471. Once installed, SCP-1471 will show no icons or shortcuts on the main screen. It will then start sending images through text messages every 3 to 6 hours. These images show SCP-1471-A. SCP-1471-A will appear either in the background or foreground of the photo. It appears as a large humanoid figure with a candid-like skull as a head and has black hair. During the first 24 hours after installation, the mobile device will receive pictures of locations commonly visited by the individual. After 48 hours, the individual will receive images of places that they recently visited. After 72 hours, the individual will receive images of SCP-1471-A in real time, moving closer and closer to that person. People with 90 or more hours of exposure will start to see SCP-1471-A in their peripheral vision, reflections, or both. All mobile devices that have installed SCP-1471 are confiscated and analyzed for leads of other devices that has installed the application. Batteries are removed and the devices are taken to Storage Unit 91 at Research Site 45. But that's not going to stop someone else from downloading the application. Number 7. SCP-016. Object Class: Keter. SCP-016 was found in a mine worker who accidentally hurt himself. The worker said he injured himself while working in a deep coal seam and could possibly be contaminated with coal dust. Little did the mine worker know he was infected with SCP-016. After a few days, SCP-016 infected the rest of the workers at the mine and the CDC crisis team that was sent there to take care of the outbreak. The Foundation then stepped in and eliminated any affected personnel, taking Patient Zero into custody in the process. SCP-016 has an incubation period of anywhere from 24 hours to 2 years, depending on how many hosts are involved. The first symptoms resemble symptoms of a common cold, including itching eyes, runny nose, coughing, and body aches. After 48 hours, the second phase begins, consisting of a controlled form of hemorrhagic fever, also creating an aerosol effect by causing a small amount of blood in the lungs to evaporate. In phase 3, the host crashes and bleeds out, bleeding out of every orifice, causing the host to projectile bloody vomit over 5 meters, increasing the infection rate. SCP-016 is to remain in the 5x5x5 containment cell indefinitely, and temperatures of SCP-016's cell is to be kept at 0 degrees Celsius. If an outbreak occurs, containment procedures are put into place, which includes terminating the infected. If the outbreak continues, a nuclear bomb will be remotely detonated. Does this mean that the application Plague Inc. could be real? Number 8. SCP-1128. Object Class: Euclid. SCP-1128 is an entity that manifests as a rather large aquatic predator, being able to affect its victims. The victims will behave oddly after dreaming about SCP-1128. The victims show signs of wanting to be fully submerged in water, and it doesn't matter what mass of water. They just need to be fully submerged. Survivors say that when they submerge themselves, they get transported to a deep, vast ocean where SCP-1128 waits. It then will pursue its next prey. Some other subjects will reappear with debris and blood, verified that the blood belongs to the victim. Any interview with the survivors will trigger more people to dream and experience this anomaly. Containment procedures consist of any written, video, or imagery of SCP-1128 found outside the Foundation is to be destroyed to prevent the spread of SCP-1128. So far, this method has been unsuccessful. Number 9. SCP-029. Object Class: Keter. SCP-029 appears as a young adult female human suffering from apoplexia universalis. SCP-029 has a true black pigmentation over 80% of her body, while the rest of her is white to the point of albinism. SCP-029 exhibits hostile behavior towards humans. She possesses the ability to use anything as a weapon, but she favors strangulation overall. SCP-029 refers to herself as the Daughter of Darkness. She constantly tries to kill or brainwash personnel to do her bidding. Males are particularly affected by this. SCP-029 containment procedures consist of being incarcerated in a Class 5 containment cell. Anything of physical nature is not to be accessed by SCP-029. Her cell is to be triple airlocked to avoid her escape. 3 guards must be posted outside her cell and 2 guards watching surveillance on the monitoring system at all times. It is said that she is waiting for the perfect moment to break out of her containment cell. Number 10. SCP-966. Object Class: Euclid. SCP-966 resembles hairless digitigrade humans. They possess an elongated face with a mouth full of razor-sharp teeth. Their hands are equipped with claws. Although sharp, they are not ideal for combat because they are weak in structure. SCP-966 are weak with little muscle mass and hollow bones. They seem to not rest but instead will cease all movement at random intervals of time, presuming regular activities after. SCP-966 feeds on medium to large animals, including humans. Hunting is either done alone or in pairs. They emit a wave burst that interrupts the natural sleep pattern indefinitely. The victim will suffer sleep deprivation and the inability to go to bed. SCP-966 will stalk its prey until the prey is incapacitated. Other victims have shown bouts of rage and hallucinations. SCP-966 can only be seen by waves of ranging 700 mN to 900 nm. Infrared is the best choice. Containment for 4 specimens of SCP-966 apprehended by the Foundation is to be locked in a 10 by 10 steel room lined with lead and accompanied by 2 security cameras with infrared filters. They are fed up to 40 pounds of meat from different animals a day. It is said that there are still many specimens of SCP-966 all across the world. And there is 10 scariest SCPs. If you guys think that there's something worse out there and it's not listed, please let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. I have more videos on the way, and if you would like to stay tuned, please hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.